International Class Channel. Hi everyone, my name is Adikira Misha as a storyteller.
Hello everyone, my name is Karoza Panaila as a speaker, and we are from International Class Gen 6 or
Inverse!
Today we are going to tell you how to become a speaker
And a storyteller.
Happy watching!
So, ayo kita mulai dengan storytelling. Kalian tahu nggak sih storytelling itu apa?
Tidak.
So, storytelling adalah bagaimana cara kita menampilkan sebuah cerita yang bertujuan untuk menghibur para penonton atau para pendengar. Untuk menjadi seorang storyteller, ada beberapa poin-poin yang harus kalian perhatiin nih. Nah, sekarang aku akan ngasih tahu kalian beberapa tips and trick buat kalian biar jadi storyteller yang handal. Yang pertama, body language. Nah, body language itu apa sih? Body language adalah gerakan badan di mana gerakan badan itu yang menggambarkan kejadian atau aksi yang kita ceritakan. Nah, body language ini tuh sangat penting. Karena apa? Karena tanpa body language, cerita kalian itu jadi gak menarik karena gerakanmu yang terlalu kaku. Nah, biasanya para penonton suka dengan gerakan seorang storyteller yang periang atau yang suka mengeksplor gerakan badannya seperti itu. Nah, jadi buat kamu harus tetap selalu explore gerakan badan ketika bercerita ya. Nah, aku kasih contoh nih. Nah, ini dia contoh body language. Once upon a time, there was an old woman who walked alone in the forest. Jadi, karena kita ceritain itu old woman, berarti kita tuh gerakannya seperti kayak jadi nenek-nenek. Contohnya kita kayak bungkuk-bungkuk. Atau misalnya kalau kalian lagi ceritain ada seorang ratu yang sedang mengandung, gerakan kalian boleh jadi kayak seorang ratu yang lagi mengandung gitu. Jadi para penonton suka sama cerita yang kamu tampilin. Kedua, voice changing. Voice changing adalah perubahan suara yang kita buat untuk menyamakan dialog tokoh yang kita ceritakan. Nah, menurut aku pribadi, voice changing itu nggak kalah penting sama body language. Karena di beberapa kompetisi, voice changing itu dijadikan nilai plus buat penampilan kamu. Kalau kalian misalnya bingung nih, voice changing itu kayak mana? Sini aku contohin lagi ya. Contohnya misalnya suara kakek-kakek. Everyone, come, I have a good offer for you. This offer can get you a Lamborghini, but only if you can bring a magical lotus into a wonderland, then the Lamborghini is yours. Nah, itu tadi contoh kalau misalnya suara kakek-kakek. Nah, kalian bisa explore suara apapun itu, dan aku yakin selama kalian mencoba pasti akan keluar suaranya. Karena aku juga dulunya nggak terlalu jago sih voice changing, tapi karena suka explore suara, misalnya suara kakek-kakek, kadang aku coba sendiri di rumah, suara nenek-nenek, suara penyihir dan lain-lainnya, dan akhirnya aku bisa jadi suara apa aja. Yang ketiga, expression. Expression adalah mimik muka. Mungkin kalian udah tahu ya ekspresi ya, ekspresi gitu. Nah, expression itu again penting banget di storytelling karena tanpa ekspresi kalian nggak bisa menggambarkan suasana cerita yang kalian ceritain gitu. Contohnya kalian lagi nyeritain kucing si tokoh utama mati nih. Nah, mau raut wajah kalian itu harus kayak sedih gitu. Karena kalau misalnya kalian lagi ceritain kucingnya mati, tapi wajah kalian gembira, gimana dong? Bingung kan? Jadi kalian juga harus explore ekspresi apa aja. Dari ekspresi jijik, takut, senang, sedih, gembira, dan lain-lainnya. Next, intonasi. Intonasi adalah nada bicara yang kamu sampaikan ketika kamu bercerita. Nah, ini juga penting di storytelling. Kenapa? Karena tanpa intonasi yang tepat, kamu nggak bisa menyampaikan pesan yang ingin kamu sampaikan dari cerita gitu. Contohnya, kamu pengen ceritain suasana yang apa ya, marah gitu, misalnya dialognya si tokohnya marah, kalian harus at least tinggiin intonasinya, jadi kelihatan kalau kalian tuh lagi marah. Tapi kalau misalnya kalian dialognya marah, cuman suara kalian pelan, nah itu nggak kesampaian rasa marahnya itu. Nah jadi again ya, di storytelling kita itu ingin menyampaikan pesan dari dalam cerita dan menghibur para pendengar. Maka dari itu, dengan intonasi kita dapat menyampaikan, oh si tokoh ini lagi marah loh gitu, oh si tokoh ini lagi seneng loh. Jadi dan juga ya di intonasi dengan ekspresi itu sangat-sangat apa ya, itu lengket gitu loh guys berdua. Jadi kayak kalau misalnya kalian ada ekspresinya cuma intonasinya rendah, nggak dapet juga. Tapi kalau misalnya intonasinya udah tepat, ekspresinya nggak tepat, nggak dapet juga itu pesan dari ceritanya. Jadi ya kalian harus pandai-pandai buat dua-duanya tuh seimbang.
Nice.
Berikutnya adalah eye contact. Eye contact adalah kita itu pas waktu tampil itu kita lihat ke para penonton dan para juri. Nah ini menurut aku gak kalah penting sama yang lain. Mungkin menurut kalian ini simple banget, tapi menurut aku ini tuh menggambarkan kalau kalian tuh sudah mahir dalam bercerita guys. Jadi kalian tuh pengen para pendengar tuh dapat banget pesannya. Jadi itu tuh dilakukan dengan cara eye contact. Biasanya kalau kalian ceritainnya udah pas, intonasinya pas, ekspresinya pas, eye contactnya juga pas, para pendengar dan para juri itu biasanya terharu dengan cerita kalian gitu. Jadi penting banget buat eye contact, jangan takut. Kalau misalnya ini sih tips dari aku ya, kalau misalnya kalian itu takut melihat matanya si penonton atau para juri, kalian perlu lihat di titik sini, di tengah-tengah alis di sini. Jadi kalau misalnya kalian lihat sini, biasanya tuh kayak orang-orang ngerasa kita tuh lagi diliatin gitu. Tapi itu sebenarnya nggak, kita lihat di tengah-tengah alis mereka. Gitu. Ini terakhir tips dari aku, tapi masih banyak tips yang lain. Tapi yang paling nggak kalah penting juga itu blocking. Nah, di beberapa kompetisi blocking itu sangat-sangat penting, dan beberapa juri menetapkan blocking itu adalah hal yang kalau misalnya kalian salah blocking aja itu jadi fatal gitu. Nah, blocking itu adalah posisi ketika kita bercerita. Contoh blocking. Nah, ini aku sebagai narator, aku tegaknya di sini. Nah, kalau misalnya aku jadi tokoh yang lain, misalnya aku jadi tokoh si A, aku akan mengubah posisi badan aku jadi agak serong gini. Dan usahain itu tuh kalian serong. Kalau misalnya kalian terlalu belok, itu kalian jadi ngeblok si jurinya. Mereka nggak akan kelihatan ekspresi wajah kalian. Jadi usahain kalau blocking itu serong ya. Jadi kelihatan tuh aku lagi kayak gitu. Nah kalian bisa nampak kan wajah atau ekspresi aku. Oke, jadi intinya blocking itu adalah usaha kalian tuh harus berusaha untuk enggak menutup si juri dan para pendengar untuk melihat ekspresi kalian gitu. Jadi penting banget buat menjaga blocking ya guys. Oke, I think that's all from me as a storyteller. Aku harap beberapa poin-poin tadi dapat bermanfaat buat kalian jadi storyteller yang handal dan bisa jadi panduan buat kalian buat ikut lomba berikutnya dan bisa kalian jadi juara. Semangat! That's all. Bye-bye.
Okay, next is speech. I'm sure kalian udah tahu kan apa itu speech. Speech is basically pidato. For example, pas amanat upacara atau ceramah, and even debate has speech. Cuman, speech yang kita bicarakan is more of a public speaking type thing, where you have to make sure that it's as engaging as possible. Jadi, sekarang aku akan menjelaskan all things speech and give you a few tips. Nah, ada dua komponen that we need to talk about when it comes to speech. Yang pertama adalah script writing, dan yang kedua adalah speech performance. Now, script writing. To write a script, kalian harus tahu apa struktur speech. And here I will show you. So, the first thing we need is the hook. A hook is basically a way to engage the audience and catch their eye. Soalnya kalau kalian cuman sekedar, hi, my name is Kakay from blah 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 blah, that's not really interesting. You can do that, but the judges have watched a billion other speeches and they're gonna get bored. So I will give you an example of what to do. It was a typical Monday. I was getting ready to go to school when all of a sudden the news came. Nah, itu contoh dari hook. Untuk hook, kalian bisa menggunakan loads of things to be honest. For example, bisa quotes atau fun fact or even a song lyric or my personal favorite, your personal experience. Seperti contoh yang aku berikan tadi. Next up is bridge. So, for the bridge, it's basically a way to connect hook kalian tadi dengan the main topic of the speech. So, di sini kalian bisa menjelaskan why you brought up the hook or why is it relevant to the topic and even like connect it with a question to introduce the arguments that you're going to give later on in the speech. The next part is the most important part, which is your arguments. Nah, there isn't really any right or wrong reason to write this part. Cuman kalian harus keep in mind that you need to really elaborate your arguments. Like you have to have misalnya satu atau like minimal satu, maksimal 3 poin. And you have to elaborate them, like explain and try to convince the audience why that is a good argument. Terus kalau bisa, you have to add like contoh. And last but not least, the conclusion. This part is honestly pretty easy. Soalnya kalian tinggal restate what the topic is and then tell them all the arguments that you put, tapi very briefly. And after that, all you need to do is like add some words of encouragement and end it with a good quote. Or if you can, you should also have like a famous catchphrase. For example, this is Kyra signing out. Alright, we just finished the script writing part. Now let's move on to the performance. Yay! Nah, untuk performance sebenarnya agak mirip juga sama storytelling. There are a few things that you need to pay attention to. The first one we're going to talk about is intonation. Intonation in speech is pretty similar dengan intonation yang di storytell. Obviously, nggak boleh datar aja because then your speech is going to be boring. So, I'm going to give you an example of how to do your intonation. One issue that many people face has to do with technology. The reason why the first few months of online school weren't effective was because both teachers and students had to learn how to use or involve technology in their learning process. As you can see, ada beberapa kata yang ditekankan. For example, when I said use or involve technology. So you need to keep that in mind. Kedua adalah eye contact. So sebenarnya kalau aku, I enjoy eye contact because I get to see, all the audience's reactions to my personal speech. But for those of you who are struggling with eye contact, you can use my message trick, which is look at their forehead and it'll look like you're staring at them instead. And keep in mind, kalau untuk eye contact, there are 4 points that you need to look at. Yang pertama, here, tengah, sini, and then the judges, wherever they are. You have to try to really stare at them in the eye, atau use the forehead trick.
Nice.
Ketiga adalah body language and position. So, obviously, kalian nggak boleh kaku when you're performing your speech. You can't just stand here and stare at everyone and give your speech, because that's, again, boring, and it looks like you're very awkward, and it's just not eye-catching at all. So, let me give you an example of what you have to do. Jadi, untuk posisinya, you have to make sure that you're walking around, but not too much. For example, mungkin untuk the first sentence you stay here and then you walk around here on the second sentence, tapi very, very slowly. Kalau bisa, just like act natural, And for body language, for me, my go-to position is kayak gini. And then kalau misalnya ada beberapa poin, like 1, 2, 3. Or when you're trying to say you, then you do this, and me like this. Just try to act natural as you can. Alright, fourth is facial expression. Nah, this is where you kind of have to differentiate it dengan storytelling. Soalnya kalau storytelling kan you have to be as expressive as possible. Meanwhile, in speech, you have to sort of tone it down. but probably the biggest facial expression that you like really have to learn is scrunching your eyebrows. Now this one is very hard because I struggled with it a lot as well. You can ask Frau. But yeah, for me, I guess the tip is you have to keep looking at the mirror and try to, scrunch your eyebrows because it's very important when you are trying to be serious atau ngasih point where, it kind of angers you or frustrates you. So this is the most important thing. Satu lagi yang very important is smile. Jadi pas kalian pertama kali masuk panggung, you have to obviously smile to the judges and the audience first because that gives you a good first impression. Lalu, when you start your hook, it just depends on your hook. Like if it's serious, then you can do the eyebrow thing. If not, then try to smile as much as you can. Lalu, pas introduction where you go, "Hi, my name is blah 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 blah," you have to go back to smiling. Alright, the last two are sort of relating to each other, yaitu confidence dan power. Okay, untuk confidence, sebenarnya it's really hard for me too because it took me years to master confidence. But really, all you need to do is practice because, like a wise old man said,
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, even when you think that your speech or your script is probably the worst speech that you've ever made, you still have to try to have confidence in you. You still have to think, oh, this is the best thing I've ever made. Karena kalau kalian nggak confident, then it's gonna show in your performance, and that's going to mengurangi nilai speech kalian. So I guess my biggest tip is try to learn to fake it till you make it, and practice. Okay, kalau untuk power, honestly, you really need it because it adds passion into your speech. Like, it shows that you really feel strongly about the speech, and that's gonna be a huge plus for your performance. Okay, so for power, I guess the way you can practice is pokoknya kalian tuh harus like feel your speech. Jadi pokoknya kalian tuh nggak hanya menyampaikan speech, tapi you are trying to make your audience understand it. And the way you can do that is adding passion and power to your voice. So untuk power dan confidence, there really isn't any tips other than practice makes perfect. Cuman what me and my junior did was screaming. It might sound odd, tapi letting out your voice and really expressing yourself before you perform your speech does help in a way. Terakhir, one of my biggest tips for you when you're joining a speech competition is whatever happens. Basically, kalau kalian feel too pressured to win a speech competition, then you're going to be too stressed. You're gonna end up not doing your best and you're gonna feel nervous. So just let everything go. You did your best and whatever happens, happens. So yeah, I guess good luck for your competition. Atau kalau kalian cuman lagi, watching for fun to improve your speech, then good luck for your speech journey.
The conclusionnya, the thing is, speech and storytelling are both very similar because it's public speaking.
Like speech and storytelling is like best friend,
just like us. But yeah, the two main things that kalian tuh, really need is
practice makes perfect.
And whatever happens, happens. So yeah, we wish you luck once again.
Good luck.
And that is all for us.
Bye bye.
Bye
Good luck for
kids.
your competition.